top 25 flash in the early season as both of these programs try to make an early statement and build that resume. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Gators will kick it away to start us off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about?
Turning it on! And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
Finding open areas. Zone. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there. A difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. They'll run this play from the pistol. Takes the handoff. It's Braswell. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Gators in a good spot here with second and short. He'll try it again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
And the Gators really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. Got the quick pass. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. With all those receivers in the game, you might think they were getting ready to try to take a big shot. Instead, just efficiently moving the chains.
Yeah, you got all that speed. It scares the mess out of me. I might give you more of a cushion, especially in some areas where you're going to get good matchups of safeties or linebackers on receivers. Nice execution by the offense, getting the free first down.
The pitch to the left. Creates a little room. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field. They'll try the run. Fights off a defender.
Now, when I can run the football like that on first down, it creates second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run. I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
On the play. Coming up, 4th down.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes the grab past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Offense in a bunch formation. Here's the handoff. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing a negative play.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Underwood. Pulls it in. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down.
You see it so much in college football where they motion a running back out of the backfield. What are they looking for? Man coverage. Are you trying to cover my running back with one of your linebackers? If you are, I'm going to take advantage. I love taking advantage of the mismatch with your running back out in space. Keep doing that.
He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. The give to the back. Lighting off the defender. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Move the tight end. They'll run play action. Finds the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. This guy fits the bill. Big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket that can go through the fake and then make the decision, get the ball out, and get some first downs.
They're going to run it. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to him. Runs through a tackle. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
A nice job on 2nd down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching him off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
The Wolverines kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The give to the tailback. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Underwood. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Wisconsin delivered the knockout blow, and I think the defense was the story here. J.J. Watt may be the standard, but it looks like there's another stud edge rusher there in Madison. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires on the move. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Flushed out of the pocket. Completes it along the sidelines, but that'll be for no gain.
It's a really nice job by the defense staying disciplined there. The quarterback's trying to get it out on the right side. As soon as he makes the catch, though, down he goes. Really good job with the tackle.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Quarterback adapted. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted deep in his own end. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They'll run the screen. There he goes. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Pocket breaking down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And for a defense, it's not always about sacks, but sometimes it's about getting that quarterback off his spot where he feels very comfortable, and they get him flushed outside of the pocket. And good perimeter defense. He rolls to the right. Everybody's still covering their guys, moving across the field with the QB. Nowhere to go with the football.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air. It's Lagway. Grabbed behind the line. It's Braswell. Crosses the 30. He's going in. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs, and that's exactly what the running back did. Great job with patience.
And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And these short yardage situations, it all comes down to the up front. Like, who can win the battle up front? Can you get a hat on the hat? And they do. This offensive line, they get on the D-line, they create just enough space, understand short yard situation, fall forward, and get a first down.
Wide receiver going in motion. He wants to change this route. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, first and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the run. Great job getting the running back on the ground.
Touchdown, Gator! Quick strike through the air for the score. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Here's a heat. Got him downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense picks up the sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. Wide open downfield. A little excitement there to wrap up the first half, and that'll pad the stats as we go to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Here we go. Back to pass. It's Lagway. Flips it out in the flat. Oh, he's got some space. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
They're dealing with a second and long. Holds and fires complete to the right.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Gators come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll set up to throw. Moving away from pressure. Slips away. Makes a man miss. Finds a seam. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Florida.
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So here comes the Michigan offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys.
Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerbach or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
All right, they showed this in the first half, right? Loaded up, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Come back now, pull some guys, go the other direction, have success. Great job by the coaching staff.
The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To the air, it's Underwood. With the catch, it's Quinn. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they got it at the 49.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. It didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Now adjusting. Fires to the big fella.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
The Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost
Turning it on. Touchdown, Gator. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
From inside the 10, here he comes. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're down 28-10, and I don't think it's exaggerating to say their chance of winning this football game probably rides on this drive. He's moving out of the pocket. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball.
Touchdown, Michigan! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And he finds the end zone again. I tell you what, man, this guy's going to be a force. You look at this offense, they find different ways to get him the football, different ways to use him. 3 times now he's entered the end zone, and not even 2 full games yet. This dude's a playmaker.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Sends it back in motion. To the air. It's Glagway. Punts it out of the air. There he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
Well, this is an offense that has a lot of speed, and they have different guys they would love to get the football to in space, and they can find a lot of different ways to do that. I love the idea of going option here and trusting your quarterback to make the right read. If no one accounts for the pitch, man, he's going to get it to the outside, and you see the speed on the perimeter. Really clever play call that time by the O coordinator.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Caught behind the line. It's Brown. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The last two plays have not gone as scripted. It's 3rd and 19. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Gators will punt this one away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Makes the tackle really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So first down will open up the final period. Motion from the back. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Under fire. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. Got some room to run. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Florida.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Nebraska rolled to a victory, and after putting up this kind of win, there has to be some Heisman buzz around a program that's produced winners of the award from Johnny Rodgers to Mike Rozier to Eric Crouch. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I know a lot of people don't like to prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because I am up and that clock is running out.
Catch in the middle, it's Dixon. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. He lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now. because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
They'll run it from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Underwood. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Got room on the return. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Gators have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested.
And that one is picked up in the end zone. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Really nice job there by the defense because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Quinn. Turns it on down the left side. The 30. The 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Quickly complete. At the 35, he's loose. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points. And
sends it downfield. And it won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. He's got it! Touchdown, Gator! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, he's got some space. He got loose, almost housed and finally dragged down at the 32. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
That's reeled in. It's Moulton. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing?
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal it.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Glagway. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that's where quarterbacks, you know, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Finds a spot in the middle. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. The give out of the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Abrams. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early this season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive today.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset.